What up, gamers? I'm Jason, and today on Dice & Dragons, I'm going to be unboxing the Reckoners Steelslayer, published by Boardgames, designed by Seth Van Orden and Brett Sobel. Now, I just want to say a big thanks to Seth for getting me this epic edition of the game. I backed it on Kickstarter, neglected to fill out my survey, but he managed to get it to me anyway, which was just fantastic. So big thanks. Hope you check out the video and the review. Now, this is a game for 1 to 6 players, and it is based on the Reckoners book series by Brandon Sanderson. This is an expansion to the original Reckoners game, which will be needed to play, as you just get some new cardboard components. A lot of the stuff uses some really nicely done 3D game pieces that you'll need, game trace components, so you will absolutely need the core game in order to play it. Now, in this box, there are 4 expansions, essentially. You've got some new components, new Reckoners, and when I mean like new components, like new skills and items for the Reckoners that you can mix in if you so choose. You also have some new epics that you can choose to mix in, as well as 2 new cities, the city of Babalar, who is under the control of the epic Regalia, and Ildithia, who is under control of the epic Limelight. Now, in the universe of the Reckoners, there are no superheroes. There are only supervillains. There was a red star that arose called Calamity, and after that point, people started getting superpowers, but no one did good. They only did bad, and those superpowers really just enhanced their selfish ends. It really destroyed the world, with there being no government. Well, now the little guys are fighting back, and those are the Reckoners. So this picks up after the original book. There are some changes, though. They don't want to spoil what actually happens in the original book. So you've now defeated Steelheart in New Congo. So you're going to be venturing to the city of Babalar to take on Regalia and try to free Babalar, which was originally New York City. And I can't remember which city Ildithia was. I'm drawing a blank on it now, but afterwards you'll venture on to Ildithia to face Limelight. So you can either use the old Reckoners, the new Reckoners, mix up the content however you want, and enjoy the experience that isn't tied to the books. Now, I think I've talked enough about the game. Oh, just want to mention, how are you going to be defeating epics? Well, rolling dice, getting money, getting abilities to contain them, getting things to damage them, things and so forth, taking out the different enforcement officers that are going to be impeding you, all sorts of fun stuff. So yes, this is a dice chucking game. Just want to be clear, because not everyone has seen our original video. So definitely talked enough about the game now. So let's take a look at what's in the box. Now let's take a look at what's in the box for the Reckoners Steelslayer, the epic edition of the game. Now, for those that are fans of the channel know Julie and I are big fans of this game, and I've eagerly been awaiting getting Steelslayer. So here we've got the new rule book, which will explain just some of the different stuff. You get an introduction. I did take a quick peek at this as a note to readers, just telling you how this is going to be a little different than the actual books. So they don't want to have any spoilers. You get some information on the new Reckoners that join the game, new equipment. And then you've got the new epics. So the new rules really come into play in this aspect right here, because there's the new boss epics, new cities. And if you're familiar with the game, you really only need to go through some of this new stuff. You've got Limelight as well, how to activate Limelight, and also the new city of Ildithia. Regalia is in Babalar. And then you've got new cargo cards, which are some cool bonuses, I guess, because, the Reckoners actually control New Congo after the events of Steelheart. Now, this is the campaign mode, so you've got instructions for the score sheet, how to score it, and then some places where you can score it here. Now, you're really just going to be playing through, 3 different games with some carryover, which I think is pretty cool. I do believe you're going to be using, the same Reckoners, but I think if Julie and I do decide to play a campaign mode of this for a review, we might be swapping up the Reckoners just to get a feel, really for the new characters. Now, as I haven't gone through the rules yet, I do not know what all these components are, so we will be taking them out to take a look at them. Some of the stuff I'm going to try to just not really showcase, like the bags. If you've seen the review, you've seen the dice, so you're just getting more of the same dice, except for this new D8, which I do want to take a look at, because that is brand new, but I don't want to dump all of the dice out. Well, at this point, if we're going to take a look at the D8, if you're looking at getting the Reckoners, you can make sure we get one of the green dice out. We'll just showcase what we got at this point. So there's a new D8 with new effects. Looks like this is bad stuff and not necessarily good stuff. Barricades, enforcement, population. Then other than that, you just got the colors they had before. So like in the green, the yellow dice, the purple dice, and the blue dice. And of course, Julie's favorite, the red dice, because she likes to play as Megan. So the dice do look like they've got a little bit better printing on them compared to the original version of the game. So that is something that I will give them some credit for. I didn't want to have to try to get everything nicely packaged up, but overall, as you can see, not really difficult. Now, these are just new base rings for the Reckoners. The new Reckoners are new colors. So pink, yellow, brown, and white. We have a power book for Limelight because he's got special powers, and so you've got different setups for him, and this will explain how he works. Like the feel of the book. It's high quality, something that really does make me happy. Always like to see good quality components. Before we get too far on in this unboxing, I was trying to avoid taking all this stuff out, but you know what? We're going to have to do it. And these look similar to the some other tokens we have, but these are clue tokens. And the D8 definitely would go with some of these new metal components. Now, at this point, not quite sure what they're for. I'll take them out to showcase them. Very good quality. Now, I'm sure I have token versions of them as well somewhere, but really like the metallic upgrade. It was something that really sold me on the idea of the original Reckoners game, and it's something that I'm really happy to have as well in this Epic Edition. And there won't be any more coming out in this series. This will definitely be the last because it's only a 3-book series, so you get to see all 3 of the main villains. So really curious what some of these new tokens do and how it's going to affect gameplay. We even have some new D12s for I believe those are the movement dice. It's been a little while since we played the Reckoners, so you can see we've got these tokens that are obviously related to enforcement here. Now we're going to keep going with the components. We got some new tokens, new symbols that are going to be used when you're, looks like that's going to be on the boss tracks. So we have just, this looks like it's a component specifically for Ildithia, different stages, different things that can happen. You've got stuff for, this looks to be like Regalia. Then we have stuff for Limelight here. Other components that go with them. Haven't taken a look at quite everything, but these will be for the different difficulty levels here. So we'll just move those aside. Here we've got, just so you know who you're fighting, Limelight and Regalia. Next we've got our new Reckoners with Valentine. You see your starting dice is Dispatcher, Mizzy, Sam, and Excel. Pretty cool stuff. Just move this stuff over. Don't really need to spend too much time looking at this. Now we do have card sleeves. So we do have the sleeves that for the new epics, like the Armsman, things like that. I believe we've seen Armsman before, actually. We're definitely going to take a look at the cards. Here we've got the new locations. So we've got some stuff in Babalar, formerly Manhattan, the city that is now up in the skies because it's been flooded. Wall Street, Chinatown, Grand Cathedral. Then we've got Parking Plaza, Sharp Tower, Stormwind Fields. You get to Ildithia, the city of salt. So really like all the locations. We also have some that were slid under here. So we've got also Pullman Yards and the rotating restaurant. And they are still all one-sided. So let's take a look at the cards themselves now. Now the strip here is okay. It's not the easiest to actually get open. I find that a lot of these strips are supposed to be more user-friendly than they are. Looks like there might be a notch there. There we go. So here we've got the Epic cards and Armsman. So I do think maybe Armsman might have been a Kickstarter exclusive that we're seeing again. Like Armsman, Avalanche, Bolt, Cinder, Conflux, Curveball, Dazzle, Death Point, Dijon, False Face is new, Fault Line I've seen, Firefight, I don't remember if we've seen Firefight, Fortuity, Frostbite, Half-Life, Kingmaker. So definitely some new ones, but I think we're getting a reprint of the Kickstarter exclusives in case you happen to, like Mitosis here, if you happen to buy this, or they might actually have different, you know what, we are seeing new ones, but they have different effects now. So that's what I'm noticing right down here is they've got, these are new cards because they do have those new abilities. So that's why they've been upgraded. So if you have the original cards, when I guess depending on the rules that they want to play, you'll be using these Epic cards. And some are the same, some are new. Let's take a look at what we've got here for the small deck cards. So we do have the new character-specific ones. These are the new cargo cards, which not exactly sure how they work. Tracking device, utility tool, predictive analysis, medkit, very cool. Epic bomb, I like that. So some more of the new cargo cards. Demolition seems like a cool ability. The Godshock sniper rifle, always can be useful. Blackmail, rich, fuel cells, illicit investments. Cool stuff. Wild cards. So we're not going to take a look at everything. I want to get to some of the other stuff. So actually, there's some of the stuff is mixed in here, like Tradecraft. Ooh, you can even get a submarine. I like that. So some of these are Regalia-specific cards. Dispatcher, so you can see some of Val's Effects, Faith. A new version of Improvise for David. So there's everything that you're going to need, everything that's potentially been updated and changed for this new version, plus the new character-specific cards. Now, I don't know what the rules are. That's one of the reasons why I'm not going to go take a more detailed look at them. Here we've got just new D12s. Not quite sure exactly what character is going to be using them yet, but I do like the fact that they're all colored. It really goes with the feel of the game. As Sammy G used to say on the channel way back when, the dice look delicious, and these keep with that theme. Now, lastly, we're going to take a look at the new miniatures. We have got some nice storage for components. Really curious if I'm going to be able to get all this stuff into the original Reckoners box. Not quite sure about that yet, but we're still hoping. Now, we did get the Epic Edition because that is the edition that I had previously. So here we've got the miniature for Regalia. I mean, it's not that special in terms of like compared to Steelheart, but still looks very cool. We've got the miniature for Limelight, who looks absolutely badass. Next we've got Mizzy, and really enjoying the paint job that they did on this. This is absolutely one of my favorite games to get to the table. So here we've got Val. We've got Sam. And then I'm drawing a total blank on, oh wait, there it is. This is Excel. And they are the new Reckoners, well, the Reckoner cell that is in Babelar. So there you have it. We've taken a look at all of the components that come in the box for the Reckoners Steelslayer, the Epic Edition. Now, keep it right here, as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro once I get everything all nicely boxed back up. And did I move the dice back? I did not. I was wondering why there was a big bump here. Now, I don't think everything's going to quite fit as nicely as it did, but I'm going to be getting this stuff sleeved up. If I take a look at the components first, for our next video, but it'll all fit once I get this nicely organized. For now, I'm going to keep the sleeves separate. Yeah, and I got to do a little bit better job of reorganizing here, but we've done it. We've taken a look at the box, so keep it right here. Coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing the Reckoners Steelslayer, there'll be plenty on those feeds when we get to the table. Right now, you'll have plenty from the original Reckoners game, so make sure that you check them out. Also, down there is a link to multizone.ca, a great Canadian game store. Click that link, you'll get 10% off your next purchase, and it's a great way to support the channel. A portion of that purchase will be returned to us. And then popping up in front of me will be links to some of our previously released videos. Over here will be our most recent release, and over here it'll take you back to our review and how to play of the Reckoners. With that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.